Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to SimTraX Broadcasting. We are here with you with the National Oval Racing Association on this fine Monday night. Appreciate you guys joining us here once again as we're taking a look at Dylan Picklesheimer out there in the number 2 Kodak machine as we're seeing how he's doing out there around the track. I think our producer out there is looking for Daryl Johnson, who looks like he comes to a screeching halt out there. Matthew George out there in the number 25 looking to have a good run here tonight as they are just now finishing up practice. 3 minutes left to go in that. Stella, this track has been a wild race and definitely a crazy place for drivers to be. A lot of speed we're seeing out here at the track. Some of these guys getting around that 180 mark all the way up to 203 miles an hour here at Atlanta, which is a extremely tough track and a lot of speed that we're expecting to see out of these guys. When they try to floss through this field, it's going to be extremely difficult for them to do so. Plenty of passing lanes, but it's kind of almost a one-scene track out there as we try to see how they're going to top tonight's race here at the Golden Corral 300.
Yeah, well, this track's been around quite some time. I mean, they broke ground back in 1958. Took them a couple years to get it squared away. But this is a speedway. I mean, I am not surprised at all that speed being laid down right now at this 1.54 quad oval track. We've got 28-degree turns and 5-degree straights. So you see why they've turned it into a super speedway and put the restrictor plates on them.
Yep, well, it's definitely as they kind of toss it around just a little bit. I knew back in 1992, Rick Mast actually got his first pole position at this track and unfortunately was wrecked out on the second lap out there by Brett Bodine in the Hooters 500. So a lot of things are kind of historic about this track. Jeff Gordon's first start was at this track. At the same time in the exact same race was Richard Petty's last start, which ended up being, I believe it was 1,136 starts there for Mr. Petty. So what a job he did, and definitely how Atlanta has kind of transformed more than one way. We almost notice this is more of a quad oval, and then it kind of swings around to where it used to be an oval. And now it's a super speedway, as we kind of see out there on the track. Currently, Blake Hoppy trying to work it around this track, seeing how he's got a good feel, way loose coming out of 2, and that may prove to be pretty difficult as he's out there running in the Robbie Gordon 31 singular machine. Check it out there in the chat, Jay. Appreciate you joining us here tonight as it is getting off to a good start here so far. I can't wait to see how these guys get lined up here. And Devin out there in the chat, when do the playoffs start? I do not believe we have playoffs here. We are running the 2004 edition. This is going to be based on points all the way to the end. So we'll definitely, about race 5, we'll start pushing up some of the points up here and kind of show you how we crunch down and where these guys are going to be. But still, everybody's been saying they've been feeling pretty confident out here until they find that number 24 car that runs out there on the track. Jeff Gordon, he was a force to be reckoned with, and so is Vince Arthur. Now, Vince Arthur is looking to have a good run here tonight. Hopefully he does not get mashed up or tossed around like he was last race. Vincent Arthur has definitely been in some trouble here as of late, gets a win, but then has been unfortunately smoked out in the last race. Anything from his pit crew out there of what they plan on having him do?
Well, the last time they were here at Atlanta was the playoffs in the Xfinity Series there, and Arthur did just fine. He came in second in stage 1 and third in stage 2. But so I kind of think he knows this track, knows the line. Now, what they're going to be doing with the car this time will be a mystery. We're looking probably fuel-wise, they're going to be 25 laps. And hopefully we'll be doing a lot of green flag pit stops.
Yep. Expect to see drivers like Dustin Kleba out there trying to push this thing all the way out to 30 laps if he can. But let's go ahead and take a look at what the Golden Corral 300 will consist of here tonight on the 87-degree track temperature. 195 laps they will be running here with a 60% fuel limit, Plenty of tires down there in the pits. Expect to see guys changing them a lot here tonight. With the amount of speed carrying through those 24-degree turns, it's going to be pretty tough to see how they're going to handle out there. This, of course, being a fixed setup race, so they're not going to be able to really adjust or tweak these cars to be in for their liking, so they've got to be careful running around one another, so which leads us to our no faster pairs. They've got to be careful. This is the only car they got. There's no backup after this. I'll be your lead producer tonight, and Stella joining alongside me here tonight at this 1.5-mile track. All right, well, the drivers are getting set up here. I see the pace car sitting on the track already as Kevin Ballmer and Vincent Arthur will be starting us off here already out there on the track. Yes, all right, yep, they're getting ready. Let's go ahead and rock and roll here as we get to our starting grid for tonight. Kevin Ballmer and Vincent Arthur. I told you, watch out for that number 24 car. He'll be sitting in the number 2 spot. Brady Moats sits in third next to Tay McDonald. Tay McDonald looking to have a good run here tonight. He's been kind of dismal here, starting his rush here into the National Oval Race Association, and hopefully he is able to continue on. We're expecting a top 5 finish out of him here tonight. Dalton Tucker will be looking to press that subject there, as he'll be starting in the 5th position next to Brian Jones. He'll be out there in the number 45 car. Can't miss him. All right, moving on to Nicholas Pressey. Remember, he won at the Gatorade race, and he won so many out there, even around the Bud Shootouts, where we find Nick Pressey. He'll be starting in 7th in the Net Zero machine, and starting in the 40 car, Mike Moultrie. Good job to see him starting in the 8th position. He'll be starting in Sterling Marlin's number 40. Moving on to Blake Hoppy. We saw him a little bit during practice. He'll be starting in 9th next to Cody Smith. Now, Cody Smith looking to have a good run yet again. Remember, with that last lap pass, he ended up coming away with a 2nd place finish. Good job for Cody Smith. We'll see how he does. Cody Reeder will be starting in 11th next to Jacob Gladelick. Gladelick, oh boy, that 20 car has been in some trouble here even during practice. Unfortunately, him and Brady Moats had gotten into it at one point, and we'll see Brady Moats actually starting way ahead of him there, as he'll be way up front starting in 3rd. Moving on to the rest of our field here, where Corey Harville, Dustin Klebel will be sitting in row number 7. Eric Essery starts in 15th next to Cody Height. Glad to see Height has got his computer going again. He is ready to go, so we'll see how he does. Sitting in front of Josh Conover and Joey Stats. Now, Stats seems to have a deal with starting in the back of the field. That Kellogg's machine is going to be churning his way back up to the front as we see him slice through half the field in a matter of about 20 laps before these tires start wearing off. So he really he's going to be on the move. Expect to see him be out there very, very fast. Moving on to Al Likens, who starts in 19th next to Chris Snyder. Glad to see Snyder joining us back here in the 48 machine. Moving on here to Matthew George, who's 21st. Dylan Picklesheimer is 22nd. And the remainder of our field is going to round out with Sam Taylor, Jake Christenberry, and following the last 2 drivers is going to be Daryl Johnson and Nick Geilis. That's going to do it for us here at the NORA 2004 Cup Series, as we get our race ready to start here in just a moment. Right now, they should be going around for one more lap. Pace car lights are off this time by. I see FP out there rooting on the 77 here of Al Likens. Likens will be starting way back here in the field as we get an onboard vision of what he's got to chop through. So this just goes to prove how critical it is here for qualifying positions. Stella, this is going to be a great race. I think we're going to see a lot of speed out there, a lot of guys getting loose on turn exits, and we're going to see how well these cars handle and how well they work in the crowd. It's going to be tough, and I expect to see a lot of passing and a lot of fighting out there on the track.
Yeah, well, speaking of where you end up in the lineup here, 3 of our gentlemen, Daryl Johnson, Jake Christenberry, and Sam Taylor, are actually in the rear tonight because of race penalties on prior races that we've had. They are not able to qualify until those penalties are served.
All right, so the rules still continue here for the National Oval Racing Association as we get ready to kick off the Golden Corral 300. Gavin Ballmer, Vincent Arthur will be taking us to the start. Barney's got his arm in the air. Here we go. Caution. First lap here. We didn't even make it to the start-finish line And Stella, I am fairly certain we were in another league when this exact same thing happened.
Shocking.
Sidestep from a driver. Yeah, and we sling to the
deja
back.
vu.
Yeah, horrible here. Cody Reeder, Cody Height, and Jacob Gladelick. Height's going to wish his computer was broken here. As our first caution comes out here of the night, before we even get the crawler up top for you guys to see how it was going. Waiting to see how the number 20 handles this, as he has dealt with some serious damage. Pace car, I don't think even shut the engine off as it's on its way back out.
Yeah, I don't even think he parked.
Yeah, notice the front nose damage here to Jacob Gladelick.
Yeah, with no fast repair, that could end your night pretty darn quick.
Yep. Say actually might be a record. Remember, we were back. Well, I was talking earlier. Rick Mast actually ended up getting crashed out in turn number 1 there with Brett Bodine. And I believe Hut Strickland was also involved in that wreck back in 1992. So a lot of trouble here. Let's see what starts our caution here as we hop in the chopper view. Take a look. Oh, the 20 sidesteps it. Hooks the 19. Oh. Yep, that's kind of an insult to injury here.
I thought the 15 was going to avoid, but no, not quite.
Yeah, I think Cody Reeder, oh boy, that's going to just wreck on lap number 0.
Yeah, see. I put .25. I mean,
here. Yeah, 48 gets in the wall. I think Chris Snyder may have just sent it a little too much there. First caution here of the night. And this will get these guys, Stella, I believe, back single file, which is going to be kind of a bummer for any of these guys who are looking to move up some positions, especially being double wide early here in the race. So already heading down pit road is going to be most of our drivers. Cody Reeder looks like he's doing a quick check, making sure that car is A-OK, ready to go. 14 seconds down pit for him. Looks like Chris Snyder about 30 seconds down in the pits for him. Getting the 48, trying to pull that bumper and that fender off that right front tire. Nick Gillis is working his way on down in the pit. I'm waiting to see. Yep, and there's Jacob Gladelick. He's coming down. Nope.
Oh, there's somebody trying to go into pit.
Yeah, that's Cody Reeder. He's trying to hammer down there as fast as he can. Trying not to end up a lap down. We'll see Cody Reeder revisit down pit road here. This will be his second shot of the night. Let's see if we can see anything he may be doing. I seriously doubt he'll be taking tires, but he is.
Interesting.
Yeah,
tire stop.
Unless he just
forgot to uncheck them.
Yeah, 4-tire stop here for Cody Reeder. So 15 seconds, he came down into pits and squared that thing up. And then comes back down for a tire change. I don't know if that's going to really be efficient for him on the remainder of the night, but we'll see how it goes. He'll be starting in the dead last position behind Sam Taylor, who's out there in the number 12. We'll see how he handles this. All right, Vincent Arthur going to get us off to the start here. We are currently still under caution. Pace car walking on off. And let's see how the start goes. Hopefully better than last time. Let's get ready to go. Still looks like our lap number 1, technically, under green. It's finally completed. Brady Moats is under fire here by Tay McDonald. McDonald hangs on the outside. He'll have some good turn exit speed, but he won't have anywhere to run. Take a look
Yeah,
at
but
Tay on the outside. Vincent Arthur still leading this race. He's out by a long shot. Better watch it here with Moats and Brian Jones. These guys are going to be at each other's throats here all night. Moats backs it up and goes ahead and lets the 45 of Brian Jones on by. Decides to not continue the fight. Wishes to live another day. Let's check in on Moultrie. Moultrie to the inside here of Tay McDonald. This is the battle for 5th. Moultrie has already moved up from 8th to 6th, looking for a 3rd one. Comes across the line. That's going to go... Boy, that was close. Right now, these guys getting side by side here. Dalton Tucker watching this all happen. Sitting aside, Tay McDonald's marching out of the field here. As he is falling back as we move back, check in on Essery and the 32 Tide Machine. Now, I guarantee you Ricky Craven would be pretty happy about seeing that Tide Machine moving his way up to the front. He's going to see if he can put Nick Pressey in the rear view, but he's got a little bit to go. Right now, the driver on a roll back here is Tay McDonald, hot lap for his first start here at Atlanta in the Gen 4 cars, so he is really having something to work with out there. You guys may have seen Tay McDonald out there with the Racing Revolution League. Out there in the next-gen cars. We definitely open it up and take all the handling away. Rotate up front. Kevin Balmer has taken away the lead from Vincent Arthur. That changed up just a little bit here. Not too bad. The pass didn't happen too long ago. A couple of guys are under fire. Checking in on the Robbie Gordon machine of Blake Hoppy. Holding on to 10th. Starville blinks out. Boy, Stella, that is not something you want to do. Look at this chunk of cars here. So we got guys single file almost 1 through 5. And then this giant clump of cars that just can't seem to get broken away here. Remember I talked about Stats starting to move up to the front? Well, here he is, now up 7 positions. Look at the amount of speed difference that Joey Stats has. Quick little brake check there.
On the outside.
Yeah, 100%. I don't blame him. Yeah, definitely. I think he saw that wall coming up a little too high. He's going to back it off. Stats still sitting in 11th. Moving on back, checking in on Cody Smith. Smith to the outside. Now that's Dustin Cleveland, the number 9, down on the bottom. And now they're working pretty hard. Josh Conover up to 15th. Smith has actually been on the roll back. And Stella, you wouldn't think with a 1.5-mile track that these guys would have a lot more room. Boy, oh boy, these guys are going up 3 abreast here in the back.
They are. I like it. It's puts that racing skill to the test.
Snyder into the wall.
Man.
Yeah, Snyder.
Aerodynamics.
Yeah, Snyder's all over the place here. Not quite sure what's going on with that race car. Back in the day, Jimmy Johnson may have had a fix for it here. Heading down pit road, unscheduled here, is going to be Nick Geilis. Looks like some damage to the right rear.
Welcome back from last week, but Atlanta is not welcoming.
No, not at all. Cody Reeder now is currently sitting in the 22nd position. Very odd to see him fall so far back. Got anything different right now of Abraham Motorsports. Cody Reeder, unfortunately, is our farthest guy down. Hopefully he's able to turn his way back to the front. Let's check in on Picklesheimer. I think he's in some trouble so far, as Picklesheimer and the number 2's caught on the outside. Now, Stella, we're seeing the outside is working very well there for Stats, but not for any of these other guys. Go ahead.
I don't think it could be any of their setups since all these cars are in a fixed setup league here. For those of you who query as to what that is, it means that iRacing has given them a set of cars that they will be racing. They cannot make anything but the most minor changes to them and take on the field.
Yep. All right, as we kind of hone in here on Nick Pressey, who got up into the wall there for just a moment. Looked like Corey Harville wants to join the exact same spot. Nails it through 1 and 2. Right now, the Bass Pro Shops machine. Yeah, the Bass Pro Shops machine having some trouble here. Dustin Kleba's going to jump on it. Well, he sees an opportunity. That's going to move Kleba up to the 11th position if he can make a full clear. Vincent Arthur's dropped yet another position here as he stays here to the inside. As it looks like Dalton Tucker now getting around. Most of you guys maybe think about Dalton Tucker out there running in the Jamie McMurray's machine. In that same Hooters 500, this was actually the race that Davey Allison was out there in the lead. Points-wise heading into that race. It's your job to figure out who actually won that championship in 92.
Championship 92.
Yep.
All right.
See how it goes. I know it was Alan Kowicki, Davey Allison. I think Mark Martin was in the scheme and Bill Elliott. Mark Martin was only there possibly mathematically. All right, that drops Vincent Arthur out of the top 5 here as Tay McDonald still holding on to the top 5 position. All right, so Kowicki did make it.
Bill Elliott finished second.
Close, but no cigar. All right, we sit along here with Cody Smith. Sitting in the passenger seat. Currently, Cody Smith is back up to 12th. Remember I said, unfortunately, that number 22 was on the roll backwards here. Got to be careful. He's going to start taking some of the wind out. Number 9, I'm hoping he knows he's there. Holy cow. Right now, this is horrible here for Cody Smith. He's trying to hold on.
Why is Harville off the track?
I'm not sure. Showing that he had a little trouble there with pit lane. I don't know if he slung off a 4. Let's take a look and see if he got a little bit loose here. Yep, right there.
Held on to it, through the grass, through the apron, bumped back up on the track, and was rolling again.
Yeah. Yeah, right now Corey Harville is blinking out pretty bad here. Jacob Gladelick still with some front end damage. And something I think somebody radioed up that the Josh Conover has got some damage to the right front of his machine.
Might be from pushing Harville. Yep. Oh, we got somebody else on the wall.
Yep, there's a knock to the wall. Right behind him is Brady Moats. You see the right front here. Getting the Greyhound cam. We continue on. Jake Christenberry sitting 15th. That's 9 for him on the night. All right, now the CarQuest machine. Wow. Now you see how the back end of the car looks like it's going up the track and the front end going down? Boy, that's pretty rough here. Blake Hoppy into the pits.
Stella look like he has some front end damage?
Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Right now I'm looking at, we are on our fuel window, lap 24. So we should be somewhere around, it's starting to open up. So guys coming down for fuel.
Wow, right. Even with caution laps.
Yes. Some may be going ahead and taking them now. That way they stay on their strategy that they pretty much had planned out. Some are going to be able to try to stretch it 2 to 3 more laps if they can. So Vincent Arthur does get his top 5 position back, pushing Tay McDonald out. Essery now up to 7th. That's 8 on the night. Watch Nick Pressey as he dives into 3 here. Super fast out of Pressey. See if he can go ahead and pull on through, and he does. That does give him a wide berth here as he shoots through the turn. Last lap is going to go to Pressey with a 32.23 compared to Moats, who's currently sitting at 32.35.
And Jake Christenberry's coming down into the pits, and Megan Beadle is out there in the chat rooting him on.
Yep. And we'll see Christenberry. I'm sure 4 tires and fuel for him as he's breaking over 14 and a half, just under 15 seconds. All right, quick little stop here. Notice Cody Smith and Josh Conover. Guys get checked up just in time. Very, very difficult to do when you got to come into pit road at about between 50 and 55 miles an hour at when they're originally trucking around here at about 180. So pretty tough. Baumler is still out in front here. He scored on the pole. And is still leading this race. He's going to go ahead and cross the line to get lap number 28 started. And a lot of guys are starting to really question his strategy here, if it was hanging out there, is a good idea. Baumler's fastest lap is sitting almost at 31 seconds. Flatty's running 32.31.
Well, 1st through 6th are all choosing that strategy. None of those drivers have come down even for a splash and go yet.
Yeah, pretty impressive here to see Baumler still out there. 1.3 seconds down from his fastest lap. Oh, Brian Jones. All right, Evernham Motorsports here with Dustin Kleba getting on around him, and Cody Reeder, they're going to hang out. So that entire team now currently sits 1, 2, and 3. Brian Jones almost loses control of the race car. And currently showing less speed here. I wonder if Brian Jones is out of fuel.
I was going to say, did he just run out of gas?
Yeah, checking that RPM gauge, he's out.
No, he's no RPMs.
Well, right now, this is a dangerous spot for him to be sitting. There you go, off the track. Yeah, right now doing about 80 miles an hour slower than anybody else out there on the field. He's got to get down pit road. Cody Reeder, well, he came down into pit early. He is still out there. He's going to go ahead and let the fresh tires of Mike Moultrie on by. I don't blame him. Right now, Eric Essery and Blake Hoppy, here are all the rest of them, as Cody Reeder should be coming down pit. Brakes. Wow. Well, checking earlier there, Stella. Cody Reeder was practicing his pit stops during practice to figure out how fast he could come down into pits.
Good deal.
Yep, so right now Cody Reeder still has the lead as Mike Moultrie should be entering turn number 3. So quick stop here for Cody Reeder. 13, 14 seconds now, 15 and a quarter, and he's out. And Mike Moultrie now gathers the lead. They'll have a half a second lead over the rest of the field here. Not bad. Essery going to try to reel him in, though. Fresh air is key at Atlanta. The temperature is a little cool here for the track. Definitely rides quite well here. Appreciate you guys joining us here for the Golden Corral 300 with the National Oval Racing Association. The Gen 4 Cup Series is what we're running. Fixed setup league of these 900 horsepower monsters that we run out here. These guys have been doing a fantastic job. Quick caution on lap 0 before we get to the start-finish line. Looked like the number 20 had sidestepped it in first gear and ended up causing guys to slide around and end up catching Cody Reeder as one of the drivers, the number 48 machine. And Chris Snyder, I think, put himself into the wall because I think he was a little worried about getting caught up. Definitely a quick tumble up there. Let's check in on the number 1 here, Brady Moats. Moats trying to turn his way up to the front. Currently he's down 10 positions. Horrible run here. As Brady Moats started in 3rd position, is now 13th. Yeah, pretty tough here. Let's move up to Tay McDonald, who now sits in 6th. To the outside is Blake Hoppy. Right now filling that gap is Dalton Tucker on the bottom. You can't miss him in the Haviland machine. Jake Christenberry now up to the top 10. Sitting 9th, that's 15 on the night. Good dive into the turn here, that gives him 8th. Put Blake Hoppy into the rear view. It is currently still occupied out there by Hoppy. No can do, so the battle continues to rage on. This is for the 8th position. 84 machine of Christenberry, definitely having to dive in and be really hard on those right side tires. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him here. Stella, I believe we have one driver already taking it back to the garage here for the night.
Chris Snyder does appear to have left the track on lap 14.
Yep. So the number 48 machine down and out. Only driver down a lap currently is Sam Taylor. He's looking to see if he can fight his way back to the front. Right now, Cody Height is currently the driver sitting in front of him. Right now, I believe that 15 was out there driven by Michael Waltrip at this time. So let's see if we can check in on Eric Essery. He's currently trying to stay out in front of Kevin Balmer as Vincent Arthur is pulled away by half a second. Now remember, Vincent Arthur may have learned a thing or two there in that first stint, as he got a huge lead out front and then was run down.
Reeled him in.
Yeah, reeled him in and set Vincent Arthur back into 5th when the pits started happening. So Vincent Arthur back out front. Kevin Balmer starting to run him down, and Moultrie, who had the lead after Cody Reeder came down, has fallen to 4th. All right,
Well,
now I think
Moultrie had a great night last week at Las Vegas, winning the final over Cody Smith and Brian Jones. So he is no stranger to the podium.
no, and I think he said he was happy it finally came his way, where they were able to make a quick decision out there and actually outpit everybody, and that worked out quite well. Moultrie looking to do the same here tonight. Cody Smith, our second place finisher, currently sitting in that 6th spot, chasing Dalton Tucker.
Yeah, Kevin Balmer is so far cut that lead in half, just a 0.3 seconds behind Vincent Arthur.
Yeah, Stella, I know you kind of tuned in there for the Racing Revolution League. I don't know if you've noticed that Robert Yates has at least 3 of their drivers down there. Tay McDonald, Daryl Johnson, and Al Likens. Yep. 2 of them I know are previous drivers of that league. I believe Tay McDonald still races there. All right, here's the battle here for the 9th position. This is Dustin Kleba trying to get the best of Josh Conover. Conover is hanging in there, trying to fend him off.
Kleba was also squishing back and forth. Tail end like a fish on a line, too.
Yep. Here we go. Good pass there. Spotter does his job. Conover watching Kleba cut the nose off. We are currently riding on Conover's vehicle. But Conover just cut Pressey off there. Pressey's going to get up in the wall.
Oh, yes, he did.
Yeah, hard ricochet there. Pressey continues to narrow that right side of the car.
Brady Mose almost got tangled up in that, but managed to avoid.
Yep. On the very outskirts of our screen, we'll see Christenberry trying to get the best of Kleba. Kleba gets on around. Remember, he's battling with Conover there, but Kleba now on the march forward. Stella will check in on our leaders here. This is Kevin Balmer. Vincent Arthur sitting right up front. Right now, Arthur, I believe, one of many drivers out there, the favorite to win here during this series. But not just here at the Golden Corral 300. I think we're going to get lined up for a third winner here. We can see if Vincent Arthur's got anything for him here. Kevin Ballmer up to the inside. No can do, not enough fresh air for the AOL machine. Back in on first.
It appeared Vincent Arthur Rockingham was his cup of tea so far this series. Do you remember the Subway 240?
Yep. Yep. Great job there they were doing. Only 2/10 off. Ballmer off Vincent Arthur. Well, we are still hovering around the Nick Pressey, Josh Conover, and Brady Moats area. Wow, Moats sends it into 3. Yeah, it's going to get him and Pressey side by side here at the line. Tough racing all over the track here, Stella, as we take a look at them going through 1 and 2. Pressey, must into the wall. Yeah, Kristen Berry's having a huge oversteer problem here. And Nick Pressey wants to rotate up, can't because Brady Moats now hovers around the top. Conover up to 9th. Kleba now is fought up to 7th as he passes Tay McDonald. A lot of work being done here. Brady Moats trying to follow a teammate. Hendrick Motorsports starting to gang together right now. Kristen Berry's got to figure out how to rotate up the track. That bottom line is not treating him well, especially on turn exit. Kristen Berry may be looking at some trouble here. But pit stops are happening soon. As I say that, Blake Hoppy's on his way down.
Yeah, now do you think he needs new tires already? He took tires, Kristen Berry this is, on lap 25. But boy, is he loosey-goosey out there.
Absolutely. I would say 100% he's going to need tires here. And once that fuel starts wearing out, he's lost the weight in the back end of the car. So less fuel, that car is driving, it's too loose, it's pulling up from the back, he's having to chase the front end of the car, which then causes him to wander, and we're still fighting that car, which just adds more tire wear. So yes, this may be one of the 3 top fastest tracks out there, but boy, he is just fighting this thing, Kristen Berry, and that is not good for the tire life. He may be pitting here very, very soon.
Well, like you say, he probably won't be alone because there's several guys out there who pit in the 25 range.
Yep, pass for the lead here. Kevin Ballmer to the inside. Vincent Arthur in the DuPont Chevrolet holds that top line. Gets back around him. Kevin Ballmer, apparently this is his track. He wants to own it. Right now, chasing Vincent Arthur here for the past 15 laps. Has been unable to get past him until then. All right, Stella, unfortunately, that pass does not complete. Kristen Berry heading on down into pits now.
Yeah, that pass did not last long, is what I was going to say. He is joined by Corey Harville, headed down, and Jacob Gladowek.
All right, Dustin Kleba's been doing a heck of a time. He has been shooting through.
Got himself all the way up to 6th, which is an 8th place advancement.
Yep. And Stella, if I'm not mistaken, look at the number 33. I believe Corey Harville may have had a full disconnect here.
Oh.
Yep. Quite unfortunate to see the 33 down and out here.
Yeah, truly, he has no time in the pits and no time on the track.
Yep.
Here's our next taker, Tay McDonald.
Yep. It's also
As
going
well
to go
as
for
Daryl
Daryl
Johnson in Joey Stats.
Yep, Joey Stats. All right, Joey Stats, driver from Hendrick Motorsports, working his way on down. Now, Stats was on a roll there at the beginning of the race, as unfortunately seemed to be hitting the brakes here. It doesn't seem to be churning up front as fast as he was.
Uh-oh.
Yep, showing Cody Smith had a problem.
Oh, no.
Shouldn't have a penalty, though, as he was just on the side of that commitment cone.
Yes, he didn't knock it down. He didn't go around it, so should not be held.
Let's see what happens to Smith on the way down to pit road. Whoa.
Maybe not. Oh.
He makes it.
All right. Good deal.
All right, Harville saying he took it to the garage, wasn't having a good time here tonight. Cody Smith gets some much-needed new shoes on the car, and he'll get back out there. Unfortunately, that kind of a spin-out. Woo. Hopefully, Cody Smith and all the fans out there for the number 22 machine to see if he can return back to a top position. Boy, it's all over the place. Got to be careful. Hopefully, he doesn't get a penalty for a commitment cone violation.
Looks like there's a fire sale down pit lane now. Vincent Arthur, Kevin Ballmer, Dalton Tucker, Brady Moats, Dylan Picklesheimer, Brian Jones.
Yep.
Eric Essery even.
Ballmer and Arthur starting to duel it down here in the pits. Vincent Arthur down. Ballmer so much slower here.
Wow. What a difference.
Honing in here on Jake Christenberry. Christenberry following behind Tay McDonald and Dalton Tucker. These guys last pit on lap 49. Tay pit a little bit earlier than that. Tay came in on lap 51. Dalton Tucker came in on 54. So the freshest tires is sitting out front. It looks like the rest of our drivers may be joining down into pit road now.
The last holdout was Cody Reeder, and he is sitting there in pit.
Yep. So Rainbow Warriors down there in pit road do their job once again, putting Vincent Arthur back into the lead. Great job here so far. The 24 Chevrolet team.
Nice lead, too, that it is. Almost a second over Mike Moultrie.
Yep. Right now, Kevin Ballmer. 15.4 pit stop. Right now, that is horrible here for the number 30. Come on, you can make some pun here. Maybe his pit crew was on dial-up.
Oh, painful.
All right, so the AOL broadband car looking to fight back to the front, gets around Christenberry. Now Blake Hoppy. Hoppy came in on lap 46. And we're seeing Ballmer get around him with 8 laps fresher on the tires. He's going to be trying to run them down. Tay McDonald will be next. He is not burning his stuff up trying to get there.
Agreed.
Drivers with some opportunities here. Vincent Arthur still leading out front.
So you were asking me regarding that Winston Cup championship in '92. You want to hear something interesting? I gave you who won the Winston Cup championship, Alan Kulwicki, over Bill Elliott. But first of all, Alan Kulwicki was an independent, which is kind of huge, considering everybody out there needs so many cars, so many tires. Usually a single person cannot afford that, but he was there under AK Racing. But here's the kicker. The final race, Bill Elliott actually won the race, driving for Junior Johnson. And Alan Kulwicki, driving his own number 7, finished second. But by leading one more lap in that race than Elliott, Kulwicki secured 5 bonus points and allowed him to win the championship over Bill Elliott. Not even winning the race, but
Wow.
just one lead lap.
Wow.
Something different.
Yeah. Jessica Smith out there rooting on Cody Smith, seeing if he can come back from that. A little spin out heading down into the pits.
No worse for the wear.
Yep, could have brought out a caution, but it did not. We'll kind of check in here on Josh Conover. Conover sitting in 8th. Got anything for Kristen Berry?
There's one of our drivers who puts their face on their page.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice, out of Hampton, Kentucky.
Boy, look at Vincent Arthur riding that high line. I wonder if he's starting to feel something out there. He is getting definitely a larger breakaway here from Mike Moultrie.
He is. Yeah, but we have seen this before with Vincent Arthur, where he will be out there all on his lonesome, driving his private line that only he seems to know. And then we will get a caution. And next thing you know, he will be back in the thick of things, and we'll get a few away, and bad things happen. So I'm glad he's able to get out there and get those lead lap points, and hope for a green flag from here.
Yep, kind of check in on Kevin Ballmer, who had some chance to lead some laps out there. He's been consistently running about 1/10 of a second faster than Vincent Arthur here over the past 10 laps. Right now, Ballmer trying to reel him in, as he is now up to 4th, got around Dustin Kleba, and is continuing to charge forward. Now getting around some lap traffic, number 20, who ended up in our first caution here of the night, and the only caution. Round he goes, trying to, right now, that number 20 machine make it a little harder for him.
And so far we have done 68 laps, no cautions, like you say. Last week we had 5 cautions, total of 14 laps, at Las Vegas for 160 laps. And their first caution came at lap 64. So maybe we've already used up that one, and we can keep going.
That'd be pretty nice. Let's check in on Jake Christenberry and Matthew George. There's Matthew George. Haven't talked about him much here tonight.
No.
Yeah, George having an opportunity. Now notice how at number 12, whoa! Sam Taylor is down a bunch of laps, though, but he did come down on lap 56. He has been, unfortunately, falling backwards and backwards and backwards, Sam Taylor is. Now the Ryan Newman machine here working on the inside there of Christenberry. Maybe some laps down, but he is holding pace. Into the wall again for Pressey.
Are they just getting up into the marbles and losing a little bit?
Yeah, or it's just riding up the track. I'm wondering if they just want a little more banking to help hook them in there.
Yeah, but not wall banking.
Yep, here we go. Christenberry down pit road.
Whoa.
Yeah, Christenberry is having a bad time with that car here tonight. Worked very well in the beginning, and is just fighting him every single lap. So Christenberry entering the pits. We saw him breaking loose off of 2, heading to the infield. Able to straighten it out and get back to it here.
Looks like he's going to be getting a couple new tires, seeing if that'll help him. Might be correcting some of his paint sharing wall. He went ahead and spent 25.5 seconds down there in pit stop.
Ouch. Definitely not good under green flag. We'll see a lot of guys decide not to work on any sort of body damage until there's a caution. That way it gives your team more time and you don't lose as many positions. Right now, that extra 10 seconds down in pit is going to cost them heavily out there on the track. And now Christenberry is now snugging into the 22nd position. There's a couple more drivers of Sam Taylor and Daryl Johnson. Johnson now working his way out of pit. No, none of our top 20 drivers have come down yet. Looks like Matthew George was checking up there just a little bit. I think he was a little bit worried if Eric Essery was coming on down. Essery hasn't been down in a pit road since lap 53 for almost a 1-minute pit stop. Checking in again here on Joey's stats. He currently sits 15th. Stella, you know, when... Yep, here he comes. Looks like he's got some damage to the left front. See if I can get that drone footage out there. Yep, there's a little pushed in.
Just a little wrinkle.
All right, let's check in on Dalton Tucker. He's catching up to Mike Moultrie here. This is for the second position. Tucker into the wall. Ouch. Didn't look like as Christenberry was getting by there. Took a little bit of the cushion off the car there and caused him to push up the track. Now Dalton Tucker would like to have some magic wand out there. You can get that thing going again. There goes Christenberry, getting one of his laps back.
Ray McDonald coming in, as well as Jacob Gladwig?
Yep.
Or, okay, yes. I was curious if Jacob had taken it back to the garage. He's still sitting.
Yep.
There we go.
So 2 drivers have retired for the night, Corey Harville and Chris Snyder. Harville went 48 laps, Snyder went 14, and not making 13 laps is Nick Giles, as he has been sitting in pits for the last 35 minutes. So he's going to be, I guess, knocked out of this run here tonight as his pit crew still continues to look at that car.
You need to start working on it. Stop looking at it.
All right, there's Sam Taylor to the inside. We'll let those fresh tires on by. I don't blame him. Sam Taylor came in on lap number 64.
you're Mike Moultrie now. You're 1 3/4 seconds behind Vincent Arthur. Last thing you want to do is get tied up with somebody that's, just trying to fly by.
Yep. Checking in on the Coors Light machine. He's heading down pit road now. There's Kevin Balmer behind him. Balmer looking to have a better pit stop than he did last time. He comes right into the pit. Quick change here. Who wants to make sure he's got some time? Hurry up. Vincent Arthur and Dalton Tucker, you can see him back there.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Somebody stalled out in pit road.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked like Picklesheimer. Something happened to his car.
He's still sitting there.
Yeah, let me check in. Oh.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Picklesheimer
that's
ran out of
painful.
fuel here.
Oh, that's painful.
And they're
'Cause
having
now he had to tow.
Yep, they had to tow him to the end. Holy cow. Picklesheimer's
That's cutting
night.
it too close.
Yeah.
Cutting it too close. Uh-oh. There's a lot of smoke. Somebody
Yep.
just coming down a bit to Leva and ODI?
Possibly. I'm showing Sam Taylor might have had some issues.
Oh. Oh, just a few. Oh, no.
Man. Tell that landscaping crew what you really think.
Taking a shortcut to pit road?
Not yet. Sam Taylor's still out there on the track.
Okay.
The spotter is taking a look to see if there's any grass smashed up in that grill.
But Nick Pressey and Cody Reeder are no longer on the track. They are headed in and out. Did they have a drive-through?
No. Pressing 15 seconds on his way back out. Cody Reeder. Quick stop for him. 14 and a half seconds. Back out he goes.
Okay.
Moultrie's going to have another chance here at Vincent Arthur's. We find that number 40 car in the second position. Dalton Tucker and Kevin Balmer not far behind, still sitting about 2 seconds off pace for Dalton Tucker. So that's going to leave Vincent Arthur and Moultrie. I'd say Moultrie definitely needs to keep an eye and kind of keep pace here with Vincent Arthur. Do not let him get away.
Big difference from the lead Vincent Arthur had before, well over a second and a half.
Vincent Arthur definitely switching up his strategy out there. Led a bunch and then fell back a bunch. And this time he's able to hang out front and stay out front. So I think Moultrie is trying to see if he can loosen up this 24. And let him ruin his own race here. 1 and 2. Shooting in. Right now you see Moultrie taking a more aggressive line toward the bottom. That's going to give him a pretty rough end exit out. 1 and 2. Here's Dalton Tucker. Sitting back 2 seconds off of Moultrie. And then almost 4 seconds off pace sits Kevin Balmer. This goes to show you how critical pit stops are to the driver's race. A couple of things can only be done. You can only make up so much ground. So Balmer will be paying a lot of attention out there on the track right now. I guarantee him Moultrie is doing everything he can. See if he can find a way around Vincent Arthur here. Get some fresh air to the nose of that car. Start running his way back out front and try to pull away. But Vincent Arthur's doing a heck of a job making a couple blocks here and there. Not letting Moultrie get on by once this draft starts to kick in. I'm really surprised to see Moultrie not clutching it on the way into the turns to see if he can save just a hair more fuel. Yep. Well, Bob right there by Vincent Arthur as they shoot across the line to get lap number 89 started here for the night. You want to talk about far back, check this out. Brady Moat's getting ready to pass the line. These guys are out there by a light year, currently about 13 and a half seconds. Yeah, I think we're up to almost 15 seconds for the top 10 is spread apart. So everybody out there just running their own race. Our charger here of the night is going to the number 25 machine we've got in view of Matthew Jordan. Giving him 12 here on the night as he's passing Blake Hoppy. Hoppy heading on down pit road. See how Cody Height is doing. Height trying to run down Smith. Smith, Joe Stats. These guys heading into 3 and 4. All right. Not a bad race here so far. Still over 100 laps here at the Golden Corral 300. Do appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting. Do not forget to subscribe out there, guys. Definitely like to hit that 1,000 mark at the end of the year. That gives us about another 150 some odd to go. Tell your friends, and definitely as you subscribe, you can chat out here with us. That's how I can see out Jay, Will Harville, Megan Beadle, FP, Drift King. I even see Devin out there. Jessica's joining us tonight. Rough turn here for Joey Stats. That's going to go ahead and let Smith on by.
Yep.
Yeah, you would think that you would think that we had just done pit stops. Pit road is getting ready to open again here for some of our drivers. Joey Stats last pit on lap number 74. So he will be hitting his window here pretty soon here in the next 7 laps or so.
Daryl Johnson and Jake Christenberry are earlier than that.
Oh, yeah.
71.
Yep. Yeah, and I think Blake Hoppy has just gone ahead, and he pit back on lap 89. He is actually 1 pit stop ahead of everybody else. Jay, I'm just saying your face. Okay.
Dylan Mickelsheimer decided after running out of fuel that he just ran out of luck tonight and is taking it back to the garage.
That's a heartbreaker. That'll give us 4 drivers down for the night. Mickelsheimer, Harville, Snyder, and Giles. And now Sam Taylor's still trying to hold on to that race car out there.
He's got a few laps down, but he is still out there showing off his sponsor and having his fans be happy to see him. Wow, Jacob.
Yep. The Home Depot machine taking a little chunk out of the infield there. Still dealing with a bunch of damage to the nose of that car. Jacob Gladly.
Jay's in form.
Yep. Christenberry on down into pits. Cressy. Yep, Cressy under fire here. Level 31 of Blake Hoppy. Hoppy with nice fresh tires. And sling on by. Daryl Johnson coming on down. Stella, it's interesting to when we start watching drivers like this and when the race starts kind of coming about here, how guys keep their head up. You know, when you start finding out you're falling behind, you're not as quick as our leaders, to continue going out there running your own race. I mean, a driver like Brady Moats right now is 2 seconds before he can find Josh Conover out there, and about 5 seconds behind him sits Cody Height. So,
Okay.
you know what I mean? He's just got to hit his marks, hit his line, and just run a clean race. Might be running in some lap cars here and there, but man, it's just, it's, I would say it's an interesting race, a little daunting out there for some.
Yeah, this is a fast track, a big track, but it's not a bunched up track like Talladega where you have to stay with each other. This track, they can be all over everywhere, but you know, you use Brady Moats as an example. He's sitting in 8th place right now. Nobody challenging him. He's doing his own thing. He's not going to get in a wreck, hopefully. So he'll have a top 10 finish this evening, which, as of right now, only the top 16 are on the lead lap.
Definitely shuffles up here for the National Oval Racing Association running the Gen 4 Cup Series here tonight. Dalton Tucker has passed Mike Moultrie for the 2nd position and is trying to run down Vincent Arthur, thinking he might have a strategy that may be able to upset Vincent Arthur here. I know Arthur has been a heck of a driver out there. I believe he got to do a little test drive for some NASCAR series out there earlier here in the season that was upcoming there at Daytona.
I think Dalton Tucker need a harpoon.
Well, actually, a good pit stop here for Dalton Tucker, I think, would be perfect. Currently, all pit stops, Dalton Tucker has beat him on pit road. So right now, Dalton Tucker about a half a second faster than Vincent Arthur, which may be enough to help reel him in, because that is just about how far he is behind. Maybe a couple flawless turns here. All right, lapped cars getting around Vincent Arthur. Seemed to be his demise last time. A little couple lapped cars got caught up in the 24 car. That car is just running his race here tonight. There's another one. There's Kristen Berry coming into the view. Having a tough time here tonight. Remember, his car's been dragging out of those turns. So he has definitely had his hands full here tonight. Some guys say they even dig into the steering wheel with their fingers so hard that their fingertips hurt. Oh boy, look at Kristen Berry. Oh my gosh. Kristen Berry getting on around Vincent Arthur there. As Arthur looks like he was about to get in a little trouble. He rode up the track and Kristen Berry's just trying to get around. Arthur salutes him on by as Dalton Tucker now gets to under half a second here to Vincent Arthur. Somebody's getting close. Kevin Ballmer trying to change it up here. Down pit road he's coming. Looks like nobody is going to join the number 30. See, he's heading into pits. Remember, and the worst part is for Gavin Ballmer, he is the number 1 pit stall. So he has to drive all the way down. Yep, all the way down before he can get in the pit box, which there he is in the pit box currently. Fortunately, he can just hammer it to the floor and he doesn't have to slow down to 55 miles an hour before he exits. Oh, Ballmer. Oh my gosh. Right now, the number 30 machine sidesteps it here with 90 laps left to go. All right, let's check in on a couple other drivers working their way down pit. Mike Moultrie sitting 4th. He's heading on down. Brady Moats is as well as he's currently sitting in the box. Conover is rushing out. And Matthew George sitting in the box. I believe he's working his way on out. There he goes. Caution!
Ooh.
Caution on the track. This is going to be huge. This is going to send Vincent Arthur to the back of the line, as he still needs to pit.
Ouch.
Yep, our top 6 drivers.
Oh, no.
So Vincent Arthur, Dalton Tucker, Dustin Kleba, Cody Height, Corey Reeder, and Nick Pressey have all yet to pit here in this race.
Well, I think Eric Essery and Blake Hoppy might be in that boat, too. They're in lap 78 and 89.
Dude.
They can't go much further.
I would wonder how many guys would come down and pit again, seeing that they have a couple extra sets of tires here. Come down and reset. Last thing I'd want to do is be out there for 11 laps and I've got guys on fresh tires in front of me. You're going to be way off pace, and the fuel mileage is just not going to make it.
Oh, yeah. Well, here comes Vincent Arthur, Dalton Tucker, Dustin Kleba, Cody Height. Now, Nick Pressey, Mike Moultrie, Kevin Baumler, and Tay McDonald, like you say, Josh Conover are staying out.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. Stella, any idea what may have caused our caution out there? I don't have any.
I did not see it.
Hang out. I was wondering if Sam Taylor had a problem, as seeing that he is taking it back to the garage. Oh, no trouble here. Whoa, there we are. Joey Stats and Pressey.
Oh.
Whoa. All right, here comes Joey Stats. Nice little piece of net code there. Yeah, from this angle, it looks like he touches him.
Yeah. My question would be, why? Yeah, lifts him right up.
Yeah. Worst part is when we get the chopper cam, it looks like he's clear. Let's check again. Nope, he definitely hits him. So Stats gets into Pressey there. Pressey fades down. 38 can't believe what he's seeing.
Lord.
All right, let's give it one more roll. And we'll get back to our feature presentation here. 38 machine sees trouble. Drops to the bottom. Stop following me. Boom.
I think I've done that maneuver before.
Alrighty, we get back under green here after our unscheduled caution. Wild ride here. Mike Moultrie coming down on 105. It will have the lead as Vincent Arthur is now going to play chase. Dustin Kleba sits third. Dalton Tucker fourth. Cody Reeder is now fifth. A quick switch up here as it looks like, whoa, Tay McDonald blinking at a really bad time as the drivers are clumped back together. crazy turn of events even being lifted up, the number 0 still maintains out here on the track. Nick Pressey is down a lap, though.
My goodness, but after that upheaval, I would have expected there to be enough damage to take a little repair.
Yeah, I would think so, too. But apparently that car is way sort of loose. 3 abreast, coming through 1 and 2. Around they go. That is Baumler trying to work his way back up to the front as he's currently sitting 11th. Came back down for another pit stop there on lap number 107. That way he can flatten the playing field here. Moultrie leading this one. Vincent Arthur still chasing. Kleba sits 3rd. As we've only had 2 cautions here on the night. Great job here. Dustin Kleba now starting to put Vincent Arthur under fire. Arthur's kind of had this race all to himself until this caution comes out. Awesome job. Rowdy Burns would say, let's see how you do in the crowd. Currently, Vincent Arthur falling down to 3rd now. Now remember, we only start single file. All lap cars start to the inside. That's why you see a driver like Blake Hoppy here in the front in that 31 machine. Currently running 4th if he were out there, but right now Blake Hoppy is down 10 positions farther than that, currently sitting 14th.
Yeah, considering we have half the field lapped and half the field on the lead lap, I imagine the restart looked like a normal start of the race double file.
Yep, that it did. Take a telescope and look back. Here's Balmer working to the inside here of Tay McDonald. Kristen Berry looks like he's getting real close to the wall up top. Checking on Cody Reeder. Reeder under fire here by Height. Height been pretty quiet here. Unfortunately, Cody Height was actually involved in the first caution of the night at the start-finish line. The 15 got clipped. Both these 2 drivers, Cody Reeder and Cody Height, were the 2 drivers that were involved. And oddly enough, they continue. The 20 machine has not currently flatly. I believe it's down about 4 laps, 3 to 4 laps. He is the last driver still mobile out there on the track. Vincent Arthur. You're watching this one happen as Moultrie is under fire here by Dustin Kleba. Take a look. Mike Moultrie looking back at Kleba now as we check out from the gearbox angle. Right now, Kleba's going to have a good turn here. That turn exit speed will come into play. Dodge taking a look to the inside. Always remember, Stella, the more the leaders continue to do battle, the rest of the field starts to catch up.
That's why you see Vincent Arthur just outside of our view there in 3rd place.
That battle rages on. We'll check back in on Cody Smith. Smith, I think, is in a lot of trouble here. Outside line for him. Baumler working to the inside. Josh Conover now to the inside. Smith getting a rough area here, as right now Brady Moats will be the next one. Moats a little bit farther behind by about half a second. Kristen Berry is the driver's lap down, currently sitting in 16th. Look at Smith. Smith may be looking to follow Conover by. Even if we were to finish here, he may be thinking he's light year off a win here, but right now Smith is currently sitting in 10th. AC Smith trying to smooth out this race car around the turn. I think it's not feeling real well. Gets in and out of the aerodynamic bubble that Christopher is providing out there. Leva stops the fight there with Mike Moultrie. Moultrie going to continue leading this race. Yeah, oddly enough here, Stella, Moultrie may have to start talking to his crew chief out there. His lap 105 is when he came down. Kaleba, Vincent Arthur, and Dalton Tucker and company sitting behind him pit on lap 107. So he will obviously have to pit just a hair earlier than the rest of the field. Definitely our cue of people needing to pit will be Cody Smith, who came in on lap 101.
Kay McDonald at 100. He currently is our last man on the lead lap.
Tough race here so far. Notice how Kaleba starts reeling him in. We're back at it again. This is Kaleba. Ooh, little drag out of that turn. That's going to give Vincent Arthur exactly what he's looking for, the outside. Arthur, ooh, a little touch there with the right rear of the car. Doesn't seem to know worse for the wear. Dalton Tucker following up. We're going to listen to his spotter. Does he have enough room? No, he does not. Dalton Tucker.
Woo.
Yep, puckers on that turn exit. Dalton Tucker gets on around. A lot of tough passing out here on the track as we check back in on Matthew George. Matthew George, look out! Holy cow, how'd he save it?
Good driving.
A quick jerk there by Matthew George. Looked like it absolutely slung him out of four. Almost like a steering wheel lock got caught on it. Now let's check back in on our leaders. Vincent Arthur. Mike Moultrie. Moultrie under fire. Here he comes. Looking to the inside here. That's Moultrie, and we're looking out the netting. 24 machine getting close. Going to try to squeeze him down to the bottom. Not let Vincent Arthur rotate up. Gets him. Able to fend him off. Great job there. All right, now you notice pit road's starting to get busy. Cody Smith first one in. Not bad here so far. Only 2 cautions here on the night at the Golden Corral 300. This guy's definitely working hard. Ah, good jam by Moultrie. 24 needed to rotate up the track. He was not going to let him have it. Yeah, very tough decision that you have to make there, Stella, is when a driver's starting to get the better of you, is to put yourself almost in a getting wrecked position. Vincent Arthur had kept wrecked. Well, if Vincent Arthur had kept driving through, he'd have sent Moultrie the rest of the way around. They wrecked him out there, so tough run. Kaleba had a good run at the beginning. Has fallen down to the 4th position. Cody Reeder will be meeting him soon. Yeah, check out Dalton Tucker. They go 2 wide here, sitting right behind him. Yeah, look at the number 42 machine there of Dalton Tucker. Riding that paint down here at the bottom. I don't know if Moultrie's going to be able to fend him off, though.
Yeah, he's coming on strong.
Yeah, Dalton Tucker coming in late, which is exactly what he wanted to do. Talking to his crew chief, that's exactly the team that they were looking to do, is hang back, let the race come to them, and now attack. So he's starting to notice as we start to winding down this race that his time to shine has got to be now. He's got to make sure he's in striking position. Moultrie taking the higher line here. He's going to try to pull down just a little bit, diamond that turn, and see if he can get pulled away, and he does. Very tough to do. A lot of decisions to make even when you're in the lead.
I'll tell you something I haven't seen before. We've got 5 people who are 10 places up from where they started. Exactly 10 places. And that's Kristen Berry and Matthew George, Cody Height, Dustin Kleba, and Josh Connor. So people are definitely making some advances here. Now Likens headed down.
Yep. Well, as you were mentioning that, Dalton Tucker does make a pass for the lead. Gets the best of Mike Moultrie. Moultrie now under fire again here by Vincent Arthur. I'd say this might be a good rivalry between the 40 and the 24 out here. These two have been at it most here of the season. Moultrie seems quite unfazed. Race here with Vincent Arthur. Remember, he's going to have to come down earlier than these other two guys. 105 is the last time he came down. 4 tires of fuel. Kristen Berry, Moats, Conover. Heading down. Yep, that's going to be it for Moultrie. I was going to say, Moultrie led just about every lap here. From the beginning of the green flag on the restart to about lap 130. Good run there by Moultrie. 4 tires of fuel for him as they come on down. Vincent Arthur sits now second. Originally where he started this race, looking to see if he can hang in. Dalton Tucker continuing on. No, Dalton Tucker ducks off.
All 3 of them.
Boy, we'll see if they got any sort of a speeding penalty there. That was close.
And Cody Reeder and Kevin Balmer are right behind him.
Yeah, Kevin Balmer. Say this will be our wild card here, figuring out if he's going to have anything for these guys toward the end of the race. So this should be the last of our guys needing to pit. Nicholas Pressey will be our next one. He's currently sitting in 9th. As Jay out there is reminding us that we have 50 laps left to go. Cody Smith now takes over the lead. Holy cow.
Thank you.
There you go, Stella. You're supposed to correct him. Tell him it was 60 laps. Now check this out. So this is Cody Smith leading by 3/4 of a second over top of Tay McDonald. Early pit strategy paying off here as Cody Smith has the lead. They're going to radio up and tell him to go ahead and let Kristen Berry on by. To his advantage, he'll pull him through. This race continues on. Stella, where are we next week?
Next week we are at Darwin. Canadian.
All right.
Dustin Kleba just put down the fastest time of the night.
Yeah,
Somebody ready to go.
Oh, 100%. This is Cody Smith, and Mike Moultrie is getting ready to pass for the lead. Like he's standing still, baby. Here we go.
Yes.
Well, that's the difference in the tires. Moultrie coming in on 133. Smith came in on 125. Now Vincent Arthur's got a tall order here. He's got ways to go. 1.2 seconds now, getting a taste of his own medicine. As Moultrie is running away. Vincent Arthur getting caught up. You can slide by the rest of these guys. See if that DuPont Chevrolet's got it some. Can he get two? And yes, looks like he's going to get it. By there, 1.1 seconds behind, catching Mike Moultrie. Moultrie trying to get through the lap traffic that jammed him up there just a little bit. I wouldn't say lap traffic there, Stella. It was Amy Moore, our guys who had pit earlier here in the stint. Cody Smith and Tay McDonald coming in on 125 and 126 are currently now sitting 5th and 6th. Trying to make up some of that ground is going to be Cody Height. Height going to be turning his way up to the front as he's sitting in now in 15th. Let's check in on Kleba and Dalton Tucker. And I think Kleba's going to get the better of this one. No, 42 machine keeps that left front fender in it.
Yep, not quite yet.
Watch how close Dalton Tucker gets. Got to be careful, though, as they get there to the outside. That'll remove a little bit of air off that rear wing, and then that's going to be trouble. See Vincent Arthur sitting ahead, trying to run down Mike Moultrie. Still a good race here so far, only a couple of cautions. The National Oval Racing Association keeping it clean out here tonight. A lot of side-by-side racing out here. Now we've got a group of cars here again, even after pit.
This is good. Kevin Ballmer now just broke Dustin Kleba's race record tonight with a 30.44. Oh, thank goodness.
Cody Smith under fire here a lot lately. Right now dropping down to 9. Ballmer is going to be looking to see if he can shoot through and send Smith back to 10th, and he does. Brady Moats is going to be looking to get in on a little bit of that action, as he is another driver to pit back on lap 131. Right now we've got a huge shuffle up. Ballmer trying to see if he can find an angle through. I think he finally gets a full clear over top of Tay McDonald. Brady Moats now getting around. Now Tay McDonald is on the back foot here. The 06 machine is continuing to fall backwards. Tough stint here so far. That 31 machine of Blake Hoppy. Love to get a wave around here if he can. Figure out where Brian Jones is before that can happen. Brian Jones only a couple cars in front of him here. He's got to get around Conover and Jones. All right, checking in on our leaders. Mike Moultrie only in front by a couple tenths.
So not for long.
Moultrie definitely going to be in some trouble here, the 24. Continuing the pressure. I think I'm impressed to see Vincent Arthur's tire wear is not effective by him kind of playing peekaboo behind Mike Moultrie here.
Well, I mean, wouldn't you say most of them are on even keel, you know, like top 5, 6? They're all basically on 133, 134 tires.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about Vincent Arthur, high side, low side, trying to see if we can find a grouping to get around him here.
And low side it is. Takes another peek.
Arthur wants a piece of him here. He might have it. Might be the turn exit. Ooh, man. Now, the crazy part is what they're getting ready to run into here. The 38 of Daryl Johnson is who they're getting ready to catch, and I believe that is also Christenberry to his inside. Looks like they finally finished that bout out there on the track, so it puts them back single file. Sure if we're getting ready to have some trouble. Okay, McDonald working his way down in the pit. Oof.
Man, that Texaco can't stay off the wall.
Yeah, Dalton Tucker's been knocking it a few times here. I would say Dalton Tucker doing everything he can to figure out how to hang that car in here.
Tires or anything. Just straightforward, go into the fuel, get 4 tires, come on out.
You know, you would think there would almost be a switch up there, somebody trying to adjust a set of right sides. But Vince and Arthur are not going to have any luck moving to the bottom side as Dalton Tucker occupies that spot. Ooh, Arthur getting a little loose here, door to door. They come down the backstretch into 3. And now Vincent Arthur wants to push through. Dustin Kleba taking a watch from behind. Good job here so far, Dalton Tucker. I think everybody's got their sights built on Vincent Arthur out there. Figuring out how to beat this guy. Car into the wall in front of our leaders.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that might be Christenberry.
Forward, don't watch out of your rear.
On by they go. Crazy, crazy. So Vincent Arthur, as soon as that battle ends there with Dalton Tucker, he's right back on it with Mike Moultrie. Lap number 152, halfway complete of the 195 laps we're going to be running here tonight at the Golden Corral 300. Mike Moultrie has been leading this one, and so is Vincent Arthur, the most amount of laps between these two. Right now, Vincent Arthur has been looking to regain the lead here, but is running out of time and out of luck. Right now, Moultrie has been fending him off.
And Dalton Tucker's just waiting for somebody to make the wrong move.
And Vincent Arthur does it right there. Vincent Arthur inside lane, heads to the turn on the inside. That's going to give him some trouble on turn exit. Kleba going to start putting the 24 under fire. Right now, this might be a breath out there for Mike Moultrie. He's got right now the top 4 cars are on him. You almost want to kind of see if you can send a smoke signal out there to Kevin Baumler, who's currently sitting in 8th. He's got to come up with a little bit of an answer out there. And, oh,
7
Vincent
seconds.
Arthur.
Woo.
Looked like he thought about pitting and didn't.
Wow.
Drops him way off the lead.
2 seconds back from the leader. My goodness.
I think Vincent Arthur was thinking about coming down. He slows down about 150 miles an hour and then realized he wasn't going to make it and presses on for another lap. Dalton Tucker working his way on down, and here comes Vincent Arthur. He's going to try again. Yeah, trying to save as much time as he can.
He has no tires left, does he?
I think he does. He's just trying to press as hard as he can into the pits. Trying to make up as much time as absolutely possible. That's a tough place to get to take it, honestly.
I mean, that's scary between speeding penalties, incorrect positioning, all those other things that can go wrong there. Eesh.
Interesting strategy here, Stella. Moultrie deciding to stay out. I say Moultrie's trying to separate this one. He can come down this lap or the next. He will have much fresher tires to make it to the end of this race. Moultrie better watch his time. 32:42 last lap.
Do you think he can make it to the end if they pit right now?
I don't think
Take
so.
one more? Okay. I know my math is bad out there, Jay, but I was thinking it still would come up a little short. And we've seen 2 people tonight run out of gas.
Moultrie still staying out.
Everyone behind him just came in. Kleba, Height, and Conover.
Boy, that's going to leave Moultrie out there for an extended amount of time here. 32.5 seconds. This is his last run. I would probably say he's going to pit this time. Something looks like his pit crew's getting ready. Here he comes.
They had to make sure to get those perfectly matched and balanced set of tires.
Mike Moultrie having a top 10 start here on the night. He's got to have a pretty stellar stop here. Right now, as he enters the pit box, he's only about 34 seconds ahead. He's going to be in some trouble here right now. Coming around is going to be Dalton Tucker. And Moultrie is already out of the box. He is not out of pit road. Yeah, could he have hung out there a little too long? 4 laps pressure on the tires. Smith and Tay McDonald came in on 145, 147. Moultrie now dropping down to 7th. Moultrie may have to drive the tires off this thing, or he's going to have to short fit. I would wonder, Stella, if this would be a good idea for Moultrie to take a set of right side tires. Maybe around that lap 180 to 185 is when he's going to have to come down.
Yeah, that makes sense as far as calculations go.
That is going to put Dalton Tucker and Vincent Arthur in a really good spot out there. Checking out there, we're looking at 180. Yeah, 180, 182. They should be coming down into pit road. And they'd be looking at 4 tires and fuel. While Moultrie is going to have to take only 2 to make up this distance. Right now he's currently sitting 7 seconds off pace here with Dalton Tucker, who has the lead. All right, guys, if you think you got what it takes to hang here with the National Oval Racing Association, they're always looking for more drivers. Be prepared, though. Whatever car number you choose, you do have to run the throwback paint to that car here in the Gen 4 Cup Series. They are still running the next gens as well. I don't believe that's being broadcast, though. These guys have definitely done something. A lot of strategy, a lot of driving. A lot of work out here. What these guys are doing and how they're handling themselves.
Arthur on the outside of a lap car. Jacob? Yep, Glottal.
Yep. As Vincent Arthur works around, that looks like Dustin Cleveland working around Cody Reeder here. Passes his own teammate. Cleveland going on by. Got to make up about 5 seconds to find Vincent Arthur, though.
Pressey, Jake Christenberry, enjoying each other's company down pit road.
currently some laps down, though. Josh Conover and Cody Height working their way around Tay McDonald. Assume there's no trouble out there on the track, there won't be a problem. With anything going on out there, so we'll kind of hold our breath. Daryl Johnson is taking it back to the garage, as well as Joey Stats. Daryl Johnson had a problem back there on lap number 145. Moultrie on a roll now. Up to fourth. That's passing Reeder. Yeah, 1 second he's got to make up to find Dustin Kleba now.
And 6 to find Dalton Tucker in the lead. But he is shaving it down pretty darn quick.
Yep. Currently are watching. There's Moultrie, and then you see Kleba entering the screen first. Is Moultrie going to run out of time here?
I think everything will go into upheaval one more time if we have to have a green flag pit stop. Because that's when people are going to make strange decisions and offset this and two-tire that. And that's where the rubber will meet the road.
All right, do appreciate you guys joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, bringing you the Golden Corral 300 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Dalton Tucker has the lead, while Vincent Arthur chases here about a second behind. Dustin Kleba sits third, Mike Moultrie is fourth, Cody Reeder is fifth. SimTraX would like to thank all the 820 some odd subscribers we got out there. YouTube has approved us for the next level of what we're doing out here, and definitely bringing you the best here in iRacing from your TV to the palm of your hand. Bringing you some of the best leagues out here. Got 25 laps left to go here with the National Oval Racing Association. Gen 4s have definitely had their work out here tonight. Dalton Tucker starting to spread the gap here between Vince and Arthur. And himself as he continues to lead this one at 1.1 seconds out. Mike Moultrie starting to run down Kleba. Here it comes. Here's the pass for third. Boy, Moultrie almost spins himself out there heading into turn one.
That's not.
Now, Moultrie's got this thing to the floor. I don't think he's interested in letting up at all. As he climbs higher and higher up the ladder. Right now we're noticing that Mike Moultrie, his passes are starting to get a little bit slower out there. He's got to take care of those tires.
Yeah, I still don't know whether he can do that, taking care of tires or not. To the end of the race.
No, absolutely not. He's got the way his option is between 15 and 20 laps left to go is when we're going to see that pit road open up again. Hopefully for the final time tonight. But right now that means Moultrie has to have a stellar pit stop. Not a Kevin Ballmer pit stop where it unfortunately Ballmer is unable to recover from it. Lead a bunch of the race, and Ballmer now down to 8th. Still churning to get back up there. Let's check in on Cody Height. This Height, I think, is trying to really get past Conover. Conover!
Oh, hang on. Wow.
Conover bows out, takes 7th. Vincent Arthur coming down into pit.
Well, alrighty then.
Yep, 21 laps left to go. I think he's thinking if he pits sooner than later, he'll have the speed now and will depend on his car to keep him off for the remainder of the race. So I'll quickly move Mike Moultrie into the second position. Dalton Tucker continues to lead this race. Boy, Stella, I don't know if you heard that radio up out there. Did you see the lap that Cody Smith just turned?
He is cooking. That is a 30.405.
Yeah, he is right now flying around this track.
Now, what is giving him such an advantage? I mean, is it just the 170 tires?
Yep. Right now, his
Man,
tires are about
Vincent
20 laps
Arthur's
fresher than anybody else out there.
I was going to say, but, you know, Vincent Arthur's on 174. How is he not laying down some fire?
Give it a second. We're waiting for those tires to heat up. There he comes. See how he's diving into turn one? Yeah, you got to give the tires about a lap to start heating up. 3 laps, you're in good shape, and then you're really flying. So right now you see Vincent Arthur. That's him passing Dalton Tucker. Mike Moultrie's in the pit. Boy, you better hurry up.
As is Kevin Ballmer and Dustin Kleba.
Yep. Cody Reeder takes the lead. Height and Conover now 2 and 3. Moultrie watching Vincent Arthur pass him.
So we only have the 3 fellas still. Oh, other than Eric Essery. The top 3 here still need to get into pit. They're running on fumes here.
Yep. Yeah, maybe trying to switch it up here. Cody Reeder still has time to come down into pit. 17 laps left to go. Vincent Arthur might have this one locked in. Dalton Tucker is playing chase. 9/10 off pace. Dustin Kleba sitting 2.5 seconds off pace. Mike Moultrie, it's going to take him about 4.32 seconds to find Vincent Arthur. Stella shows you pitting earlier. Will work. Stop knocking down slower times out there. Dalton Tucker knocking down at 3.7, as well as Vincent Arthur.
Yeah, sorry. He got awfully close to that wall.
Yeah.
I am, here's Cody Reeder. I was just wondering who in the world, or when in the world, are these top 3 guys going to come down?
Yeah,
I don't want to see anybody else take it out, you know.
Yeah, let me tell you right now, Moultrie has got this thing to the floor. As you see him fly by Dustin Kleba. He came in only 1 lap after. Leaving us with only 1 driver still out there on the track, Cody Height in the number 15. Came down on lap 157 as Conover now visits pit road. Vincent Arthur only out front by about half a second here as Dalton Tucker starting to reel him in. Shaving off almost a second here is Mike Moultrie. Using up every inch of that track, getting close to the wall there, 14 to go. This is giving Vincent Arthur a heck of an advantage, him coming in on lap 174. Half a second out front. Vincent Arthur over Dalton Tucker, but it's not going to matter. We are under caution.
Oh, no.
Scrap it, boys.
Third one of the night.
think the 84 might be the one. Heavy damage to the front nose of the 84 here.
Mr. Christenberry.
Ouch.
Ooh. He's lucky that tire's still rolling. It's now in the middle of his car like a unicycle.
Yep. Oh, he gets some help. Oh, he got some help. All right, Stella.
Mr. Brian Jones.
Yep, everybody holding their breath out there. Who's going to make the call? And right now, it's looking like pit road is heating up. Tucker, Baumler, Vincent Arthur, Brady Moats. Everybody coming down pit. Fresh set of tires and going to go back out there and do it again.
Vincent Arthur decides to come down again.
Yes. Which, oddly enough, this is going to put Cody Height, Reeder, Conover, Matthew George, and Dalton Tucker. Tucker does beat him off pit road. Great job here. All right, let's go back and take another look at Jake Christenberry. During that caution, see how in the world this unfolds. Notice how the 45's got some speed. Taps the 84, hooks him.
No.
Sends the 84 straight into the wall.
That was weird. 45 had backed off once he tapped him. And then just all of a sudden, whoop. Oh no. Did Al Likens run out of gas?
Unsure at this time. We're checking.
He had last come in on 155. This track is punishing these fuel calculators.
Where's Grant when you need him?
Really? So what do you think this will take us down to? About 185, 186 when we get back under green?
It's going to be close. Yeah, it should be 185. We should be green this time, Bob.
Then let me go.
Yeah, I'm a little confused why the lap cars aren't up front.
Yes, well, I was just going to say, but why are they all single file?
Yeah, it seems to be a huge miscommunication here, but let's go ahead and get her back underway. 10 laps left to go. Cody Height, Reeder, Conover, 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, look at Dalton Tucker already starting to send it in here. Yeah, this is going to be a dicey one. All the way to the end. Vincent Arthur gets shuffled out. Arthur down to 4th. Tucker's going to try to hold him and squeeze him toward the top. Not able to hold it yet. Good job here so far, guys in the front. Cody Reeder has a chance. 9 to go. Height now to 2nd. Remember, our fastest drivers of the night do consist of the 4th through 7th position. Cody Smith lining himself up for an 8th position finish, but is already starting to knock down some of the blazing fast times, as he would love to shoot on by.
Yeah, our top 3 right now, we're all middle of the pack starters. So they are up 10, 15, 12 places.
Uh-oh, found a groove here for Vincent Arthur.
Yes.
Yep, Cody Height, one of his teammates, and so is Josh Conover. I say it looked like they almost let him on by.
Let's go say hello, goodbye.
Yeah, well, right now Moultrie is timing the attack is now. 7 laps left to go here at the line, catching up on a car lap down. That is Al Likens. Trying to get off the racing surface as he rotates up the track.
Man,
Yep.
I thought for sure that was going to be bad news.
Somebody's got a nasty taste in their mouth. A little acid reflux battle back on that one. Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Well, Vincent Arthur is sitting now second. Cody Reeder's not going to give up that spot. His teammates can shift out of the way, but he's not. Now they're holding back Moultrie. Moultrie now can't seem to get past Conover. Now almost trying to stick it 3 wide. It's going to be Cody Height. He backs out. Yeah, I can guarantee you right now that number 40 car is cussing inside that helmet.
I am looking. He is boxed in.
Got him.
Look at that.
And Josh Conover now turning on the afterburners.
And what happened? Did Cody Reeder touch the wall or something? How did he lose so much speed so quickly?
Cody Reeder?
Yeah. I mean, for 2 people to zip by like that.
Yep, 5 laps left to go here. Watch out, Cody Reeder. Into the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, tough race here so far. This looks like the Hendrick Motorsports team has got this one locked up. Vincent Arthur now skating away. Conover sitting second. Cody Reeder holding on to third. Cody Height trying to take a look and see if he can grab a hold of third.
Yeah.
Yeah, but something tells me Everham Motorsports, somebody's got a chip on their shoulder here. As the 9 and the 19 are sitting out here. Kind of toying with both of them making it into the top 5. Watch Reeder. Reeder, oh, some contact. Height puts him in the wall. Reeder, way down. 10th, 12th, still rolling back. Can't get unhooked.
Irony is he pops back out with Kevin Ballmer, who was leading us out, led us
it's not
into
my
this
fault
race.
you're spinning your wheels down the straightaway.
And here he is back in 12th.
Actually, it is because you had them in the air.
Hold on, as we're checking in on our radioactive out there. Right now, Reeder is not happy with Cody Height. Yeah, currently not good news. Reeder is pretty upset about what happened as Cody Height gets around the outside and bumps the last Everham driver out of the top 3. As Kaliba's trying to hold on to it, Moat's trying to fight through. As you can see right now, Nick Pressey here in the back, sawing back and forth as Vincent Arthur's getting ready to bring himself across the line. So that is going to do it. Vincent Arthur comes away with the win here at the Golden Corral 300.
Followed by Josh Conover, Cody Height, Dustin Kleba, and
Happy birthday, Dad.
Our top 5.
Oh, wait. I guess I need to pay better attention. I thought that was the checker flag. It was the white flag.
Oh, Moultrie had a problem out there. Wow. So 1, 2, and 3 go to our Hendrick Motorsports team. And Vincent Arthur comes away with another win here. Heartbreaking loss for some of our other drivers, Josh Conover and Cody Height. I would say there's going to be a little annoyance there out of the number 19. And that may be a favor returned later here in the show. We'll see if that transfers over to next week's race. I would love to know what all he would have to say at a time like this. And we'll kind of poke in here just a little bit and see if we can poke the bear. Cody Reeder, you got a copy on me here, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right. I know we're probably spun up out there, and I definitely want to get your side of it here. Talk to me, man. We had the lead there for a moment, but it looked like the 15 came up the track.
Yeah, he knows what he did. He's trying to blame that as retaliation for the restart, but I mean, I'm watching the restart back here, and I hit him in the restart box and back off of him, let him collect it. He gets on the gas too hard, misses a shift, and he wants to blame all of that on me. So I'm not seeing it, but that's what it is. We raced clean together all night. We were actually joking in the lobby beforehand that we were with each other basically the whole race, and I don't know. I mean, what he did to me was pretty clear. I mean, yeah, I ran into the back of him on the restart, but I mean, like I told him, like, well, you're still in third. I'm back here in 15th. I mean, he just put me in the wall. So
yeah, it's tough. I know, even looking from our angle, man, it's a tough race here tonight. And I guarantee you, we brought out a lot of frustrations out there of what everybody's planning to do. But this moves us into the Lady in Black next week. Is this transfer over to Darlington?
I don't know. I mean, it depends if we're running together. It just seems like track position I can never get at the beginning of the race. I'm always trying my best to race through the field, and I caught kind of a lucky caution there. And I don't know, it just kind of depends on who you're around and when, I guess. But I'm curious, what did you guys see in that whole thing?
Yeah, I wasn't paying too much attention to the restart. I noticed as we were going up, it looked like the Hendrick Motorsports team started really ganging up on the Evernham Motorsports team, and it almost looked like a box-out move. And I wasn't sure, kind of from you sitting in the driver's seat, what you kind of felt out there, because you got hooked into the wall and just could not seem to disconnect and fell way back down to release, able to battle back into the 11th spot.
Yeah, I got a couple of spots there at the end, so I mean, I was pretty fortunate. I think maybe some of these guys in the back had older tires, but it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is.
All right, Cody. Well, we'll let you simmer down a little bit. I know everybody's pretty wound up, pretty tight out there, but we'll hopefully this doesn't transfer over to Darlington, and maybe during a plate race or something, this might come about. All right, Cody. Try to hang in there, buddy.
Yeah, see ya.
All right, Cody Reeder pretty wrapped around the axle there, as you see Vincent Arthur doing his burnouts here right at the end. Great job by Vincent Arthur to come away with yet another win. As they continue this battle out here, this is working out very well for these guys. As Vincent Arthur, Josh Conover, and Cody Height, we're going to be talking to them here in just a moment. Don't go away. We're going to go through the lightning round as we talk to these guys here at the end of this race. Joey Stats end up with a quick retirement here tonight, but not as early as Chris Snyder, who ended up 182 laps down in this one. Tough race. So you even see there are battles out there, guys starting to get into each other's stuff out there and get everybody wound up. But definitely, if you guys think you can hang with the National Oval Racing Association, we're looking for drivers. Go ahead and get them out here. If we can get these guys, seeing with 26 drivers out there on the track, if we can get this about that 32 mark, I think we'll be in good shape. Stella, you ready to cut away and find these guys?
Absolutely.
All right, everybody hang in there, and we'll run them down. All right, everybody catching up with our third place finisher here tonight. Cody Height, what a run it was here toward the end, buddy. Man, it looked like that Hendrick Motorsports team came all together at the right time.
Yeah, somehow the caution fell just right for me to somehow end up with the lead, and then that went how it went. But yeah, it was a good run. I was slow to start with, but had good pace there at the end.
All right, the Napa number 15 Chevrolet definitely kicked in the high gear. How does that transfer us into Darlington?
I don't have any idea. I'm not the biggest fan of Darlington in anything, to be honest with you.
All right, well, any part of your team work together out there? Was this just a lucky caution drop, or how in the world did Vincent Arthur fly by both you and Conover here in the final few laps?
I would say he got by us because my rear tires were up in the air at the restart.
Okay. Well, I knew there was a little tussle up out there. I knew even with you and Cody Reeder when he was getting snugged up against the wall there, and Reeder did get the worst of it. Cody Height, definitely squeeze your shout-outs here, buddy.
My YouTube channel, just Google my name. Me and Josh actually started a NORA after show podcast. So if anybody wants to come check that out, we'll be live here in just a few minutes. Thanks to you guys for putting on an awesome show as always. Thanks to everybody for watching, hanging out. And yeah, thanks to the wife for letting me do this while she watches 10 dogs at the moment.
Huh, great. All right, Cody Height, good luck to you, man, and we'll see you at Darlington.
Thank y'all.
All right, awesome job there by Cody Height, but that moves us up to Josh Conover, who definitely was able to hang in there and get help the remainder of his team squeeze in for a 1-2-3. Josh, that definitely was a heck of a roll here for the second place finish.
Yeah, it's funny. I know Dustin and Cody make fun of me all the time on their podcast now that I always say I don't have speed and I end up front. And that was actually the case tonight. I was probably 8th, 9th, 10th place speed and finally got a lucky caution to put us up front. And I think if I didn't hit the wall, it would have been a nice battle for the win. But, we'll take a second. Can't complain.
Man, definitely worked out there for the Chevy Monte Carlo. The Budweiser number 8, it definitely worked out very, very well for you. You didn't. I would say even from this angle, Josh, nothing against your car. You didn't seem to have a lot of speed, but a lucky caution, good pit stop, and you were able to get up to the front. But Vincent Arthur had a lot of speed here tonight. I asked Cody Height, how in the world did he fly by you two? I thought you guys may have had this locked up.
Well, I even told Cody the same thing. When I got the wall off of 2, I kind of saw green racetrack and was like, oh, I can actually see the front of the field. And I just got back in the gas too soon, hit the wall, and Cody had nowhere to go because I think Vincent was already under him. So definitely screwed us both on that one, I think. I think if we would have got out front, Vinny probably still would have got us. He's crazy quick in these cars. But like I said, it would have been a different story maybe, because obviously passing people is different than, catching them. But yeah, I don't know. I had no pace, and I think it might have been Brady and I got burned a little earlier in the race. We were on pit road when the caution came out. I had to take the wave around. This one, kind of the same deal, but I guess because of where the leaders were, we kind of got lucky and restarted up front. So I don't know. I feel like it's been forever since I talked to you guys. I don't think I've actually talked to you guys yet this year, so it's nice to be up here talking to you.
Yep, well, I'm sure we'll find you in winner's circle after a while, but Darlington was our next race. Give us a shout-out from all your people out there and tell me how confident you feel moving into the Lady in Black.
I'm actually already on the jet. We're about ready to land so I can go set my Q laps for next week. I don't know. Darlington, I feel like it's just like real life. Like, I don't mind the track. I actually enjoy it, but I feel like it hates me and always just spits me back out and leaves me with a bitter taste in my mouth. So we'll see. Qualifying is going to be important, and I guess we'll go from there. I feel like Junior in real life can't really qualify, but somehow we put race pace together and can manage decent finishes from back in 04 with him. So I don't know. We'll see. Thanks to you guys there for the broadcast. Another, I'll say, decent field. Give me 26 cars and minimal cautions, bunch of green flag stops. And I put it in Discord. You guys love to see green flag stops and battling throughout the field. And I feel like every week so far, we're only 4 weeks in, but we've had that. I feel like put on good shows that aren't boring. So hopefully that puts on a show for you guys and you guys enjoy it.
Yep, it's definitely been a great job out there that you guys have been doing. Minimal cautions, but a lot of racing out there, and I would say that field is getting pretty spread out there, so it definitely changes up how these guys are pitting and how you guys definitely continue to do battle. Josh Conover, congratulations on the second place finish, and I'll find you at the track that's too tough to tame.
Yeah, you might see me in the infield carousel, but we'll be there.
Well, then I'll be looking.
Appreciate you guys.
Good luck, buddy. All right. That's Josh Conover out there, one of the admins here of the league, which moves us to our race winner here of the night, Vincent Arthur. Vincent, boy, what a run here. Looked like you had your hands full, especially of a few drivers out there. Talk to me about this race and how that race car was doing out there.
Yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions. After last week, I really just came into this week knowing that tire wear was going to be everything. So making sure that, even if I gave up a little bit of pace there, that I still had tires at the end. That first round, I think I gave up a little too much. Saved a little bit more than I needed to. And so that second run, I kind of realized the pace that I needed to set. But just kind of same deal as last week. It's just as the track rubbered in, other drivers got better. Just kind of got away from me a little bit. So went to pull a strategy call there with 40 to go. Saw my teammate enter high, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna pit. And then he drove it to the bottom, and then I couldn't pit because I was gonna get run over. And then so that just kind of spoiled my plans with that one. And then, I thought it was done, and then I pit a lap before Dalton did. I mean, Dalton was so fast all night that I knew if he had track position, he was going to walk with it. So I pit a lap earlier than he did just to try to get back out in front. And luckily, I had about a second gap. So at that point, I was just max save. Just try to maintain all I could, but don't overslip any of the tires. Just make sure I had something for when he got to me. And then, a caution came out, and we put on 4. At that point, it was just go time. Put it up on the boards, tried to figure out where I could get some clean track, and drove it to the front. And luckily, we had enough to hang on there at the end.
All right, the 24 DuPont Chevrolet had a heck of a run here tonight, but it did have some a couple of different adversaries out there that were giving you a hard time. Which one gave you the most, the hardest time out there? Kevin Baumler, Mike Moultrie, or was it Dalton Tucker?
I think it was Dalton Tucker. I mean, he was just so quick, short run and long run. He's always a threat at these places. He's just sneaky fast. And I mean, regardless of where we were running, it seemed that he would always get back to me regardless of how good I was saving or not. I think Mike was probably the hardest person to pass tonight. I don't know why. I just felt like anytime I got to him, I just couldn't get around him. So we were on a little different strategy all night. So most of the time, I would have some sort of tire offset to him. But even when I did, getting towards the end there, it was really hard to pass him. So hats off to him for his defensive driving. It was a good show, from the seat. I hope it was a good show for you guys. I know there was about 4 or 5 of us under a blanket there, during those long green flag stretches. So it was a lot of fun in here. I hope it was a lot of fun to watch. I hate losing in these things. I'm just, after last week, I'm just really, really glad to come out of here with another win.
All right. Well, Dustin Kleba was another driver that definitely put you under fire, and he'll be looking to do the same at Darlington next week. Go ahead and give me your shout-outs while we talk a little bit about Darlington right here at the end.
Yeah, actually, speaking of Dustin Kleba, he wanted me to give a shout-out to his dad. It's his dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Mr. Kleba. I know you watch the broadcasts, but happy birthday. Got to give a shout-out to you guys for the broadcast, everybody watching my streams at Real Vincent Arthur on YouTube, Wake Up Narcolepsy, Damn Good Sleep, everybody who, allows me to do the sim stuff and then also transition into the real-life stuff. So thanks to all my partners over there. sleephealth.org. If you haven't seen the podcasts that are coming out of NORA, I highly, highly recommend them. You have In the Fence, which is Dustin Kleba and Cody Reeder, and then you also have, I don't know if they have a name yet, but Cody Height on his YouTube channel and Josh Conover are also doing one. So a lot of podcasts coming out of NORA, and they're really, really entertaining to listen to, both for our races and then also the real stuff. So listening to them. And just all in all, thanks to everybody tuning in. We'll go out in Darlington. Hope to have a decent run there.
All right, Vincent Arthur, congratulations on your finish. We'll see you at Darlington, buddy.
Thanks, guys. See you there.
All right, Vincent Arthur coming away with yet another win here in the series. Stella, we talk a little bit about the different podcasts those guys are running. I would say it's almost building a rivalry between the clump of drivers, between Cleveland, Reeder, and Conover and Height. That's going to be pretty interesting, seeing that they each got into their own scuffle here tonight, which is, I think, going to play over into the podcast. So, guys, if you're looking for definitely a lively one, and definitely not one that is going to be boring or kind of lull you to sleep, that is definitely going to be something you want to tune into. Stella, anything left to add before we sign off?
Nope, I am looking forward to next week at Darlington, one of my favorite tracks.
All right, mine too, and definitely I can't wait to see how well all these guys do. Appreciate you guys for joining us here at SimTraX Broadcasting, hanging in for our interviews and the race here tonight. It has been a blast here with the National Oval Racing Association on this fine Monday night, but that's going to do it for us here. Be well, be safe, be kind. We'll see all you guys next time.